Hi, Thomas. This is Andras. I'm the founder and CEO of SpeakerHub. Raquel mentioned that you might wish to get some feedback on your speaker profile, which I'm recording right now. So I'll just quickly review it and share with you my thoughts. So I see the photo and the other core pieces of information. You might want to add a banner picture, which you can upload and it appears above this section where the current heading is, and that image can show you on stage. We often recommend that you are visible as a speaker and you immediately showcase yourself as such, and perhaps have some information on the slides you are actually using in the image, or you can Photoshop that or have someone do it for you, which describes the topic that you're an expert on, which I see you're a litigation lawyer and you deal with class actions. So that might be something to that effect. And an audience, a large audience might be visible. So that immediately positions you as an authority and shows you in action. Another idea, perhaps here with the JD, which I immediately would not know what it stands for. Probably your company, I presume, or if I look deeper, I would probably understand. But then again, thinking with the mind of an event planner, you might want to change that. And also immediately mention at this point, speaker author on litigation or class action or something to that effect. So not just what you are, but what is your topic of expertise, showing that already up front. And then when I look at the professional bio, I see it's extremely impressive and certainly great achievements there for throughout many years in your career. One thing that does come to mind, however, is it doesn't show your speaker side. It shows your professional side. It's a detailed business card that if I were to hire you as a lawyer, I would immediately be sold and say, okay, this is really impressive. Yet, when I look at it from an event planner's perspective, I start wondering, where is the speaking practice there? And of course, when I see that you serve as professor of intensive trial advocacy at Cornell, Cornell, a very prestigious university, and you're a professor there, so that gives me more confidence that yes, you not only know what you're talking about, but you are a good speaker as well. While you certainly want to highlight that earlier on and change the narrative in that description where you are immediately perceived as an authority on stage who is able to formulate messages and deliver keynotes to a large audience. So the speaker persona doesn't stand out immediately. So my suggestion would be to reorganize it from that perspective. And then as I look further, I see presentation titles. So let me take a quick look. The future of contact sports, legal risks, trial of the lead football concussion case, real lessons learned from golf spill. My very first reaction as I read about these titles is that they sound very interesting, practical because you use case studies and very concrete cases. Yet, from an event planner's perspective, I might need to wonder or a little bit put in some extra mental effort on what exactly going to be my takeaway. What is my team, my attendees, my audience is very specifically going to get out of your talk. So what I would suggest here is to highlight more the takeaways. What are they going to walk away with after they have listened to your presentation? So certainly future of contact sports, legal risks. Okay, I will understand that. But you want to say, okay, I'm going to give you very specific practical takeaways. I'm going to give you a blueprint of how you need to address these matters. Or the audience for this is anyone in sports management and they will be able to minimize their exposure to litigation. So something about the actual takeaway and not just describing what you will cover in your talk. So this is my very first impression as I look at this. And again, if I look at, for instance, legal exposures from extreme climate events, that's very interesting. Perhaps say something about who is the target audience. Is it insurance companies? Is it or reinsurance companies, travel planners, or anything like that? And say, okay, as a result, you can minimize your risk by 50% simply by being made aware of what steps to take to avoid or lessen the implication of extreme climate events. So what is the return on investment when they invest in inviting you as a speaker, that you will open their mind to a perspective they have never thought about? So these are fascinating topics, and you have an incredible wealth of expertise. What I'm suggesting overall is really to look at not just the product, but what is in it for them, for the event planner. So look at it from an event planner's perspective to say, okay, wow, here's a person with a lifetime of expertise and stories and specific legal and business insights. But what is our audience going to walk away with? And once you verbalize that, I think all of these titles and the profile will become much more impactful and persuasive to the event planners. All right, as I'm looking through all of these, perhaps I would consider adding a few photos of you on stage. And again, it's very solid on your expertise, but you also want to position yourself as a speaker with great presentation and oratory skills, which you obviously have given your background and your expertise and your business school work. You want to show it very visually with you on stage, with large audiences, or these days in a virtual setting, but somehow demonstrating that you spoke to a large audience with some photos, perhaps some videos as well. So that's pretty much it. There's another section which I'm not seeing here, and that is clients. So that is something you can fill in, the clients you worked for. Obviously, there were certainly hundreds of those, but you want to highlight a couple dozen of the most prestigious or well-known brands. And then besides all of that, Raquel can help adjust your event notification settings and making sure that you get alerted about opportunities that could be of interest to you. So with that, thank you so much for being on SpeakerHub. We really appreciate that. And please let us know if we can be helpful with anything else. And we hope to be able to deliver some interesting speaking opportunities for you. So with that, good luck, and let us know if these ideas were helpful.